I need everyone to come to the front of the class. Come. When you buy pano or you ask for more a sea tray from the cocoa seller, you might think you're speaking Chi, but surprise, you're actually speaking a little bit of Portuguese.
You don't know.
Un poco. Yeah. Basically, you and Cristiano Ronaldo speak the same language sometimes. So how did this happen? When the Portuguese arrived in 1471, they found so much gold here, they called the place Amina. That's where Elmina comes from. Check out our videos on how the British colonized us to hear that story. But Elmina and the forts weren't the only things they left behind. They also left words, the lingua franca of the coast, before the Dutch, and before the English brought their Arish Kontumri. Portuguese was the language of business on the coast. If you wanted to trade, you needed to know some Portuguese. If you worked in the castle, you needed to know even more Portuguese. And if you were mixed race, half African, half Portuguese, you definitely knew some Portuguese. Soon, everyone from Elmina to Accra had picked up a few words. Even when the Dutch took over in 1637, guess what language they had to learn to trade with the locals? Still Portuguese. Because by then, we had made it ours. For example, what we all know as pano for bread came from pão, which is Portuguese for bread. When you say a sea tray, what you're really saying is açúcar, Portuguese for sugar. Sabolai is from cebola, and prata is from carta. The funniest one for me is how we heard Conta for account and decided to call it Akontaa. What you see is that Ghanaians didn't just copy the words, we remixed them. Generally, our languages prefer open syllables, so arca, which is Portuguese for box, became adaka. We even added tone and rhythm. By the time we were done, those words didn't even sound foreign anymore.
You don't know.
It was ours. So next time you add a sea tray to your cocoa, or bu Akontaa for your boss, you at least know where those words came from. So what other popular Ghanaian words came from the Portuguese? Sound it off in the comments.